Welcome along to the Racecourse ground in Wrexham this afternoon, where Wales are taking on Ireland. The European Championship may have been decided with France beating Scotland last night, but for one of these two teams, victory today will guarantee a place in the World Cup in England in 2021. That's what they're playing for today here. The conditions perfect in Wrexham, and it should be an absolute cracker. Plenty of fans making their way into the stadium. My name is Mark Wilson, joined by the former St Helens and Welsh international Anthony Walker is with us this afternoon. Looking forward to watching some of his old mates see if they can win a place at the World Cup in 2021. Decent crowd building up, Anthony. You must be excited. Your former teammates just 80 minutes away from the World Cup.
Yeah, mate, can't wait for it, to be honest. It's always good watching Wales, especially on a home turf, and after last week's performance from Wales, I'm looking forward to a good competitive match.
Wales had that fantastic victory last weekend in Scotland. They went 12-0 down early on, but they racked up 50 points unanswered to register a 50 points to 12 win. It must be said it's not win at all costs today, because Wales have the advantage on the points difference. A draw would do Wales, but I'm sure Anthony John Keir will want to get this done nice and early if he can, because the Irish, they were only narrowly beaten by France last week. They're no mugs out of the Irish team.
No, there's quality across the board. I've been fortunate to speaking to Stu Littler before, and they're really confident. So Wales have got to have to start better than they started last week if they want to be in the game for the full 80 minutes.
Both sides will feel they can win this match. Liam Finn there, the Irish captain, plenty of Super League experience, of course, with Wakefield Trinity. And I was speaking to John Keir, the Welsh coach, ahead of the game, Anthony, and he said it's all about how Wales deal with Finn, because Finn can direct any team around. We've seen that in Super League. He's the threat, isn't he, for Ireland today? Yeah,
he's massive. I think the two guys you see in the picture there, Liam Finn and Scott Grixam. I was fortunate to play both of them at Wakefield, and John's right. If Finn's kicking game's on form, and he's like a little gem, well, he'll organise everything for that Ireland pack. So they need to have Wales need to have good kick pressure and do the best they can to nullify the forward pack and nullify Liam Finn's involvement in the game.
They will do. The Welsh Elliot Jenkins making his debut last weekend against the Scots. 2 tries for him. He's a player you know, of course, well through your involvement with the Welsh under-19s. What type of player is Elliot Jenkins?
Very much like Liam Finn. He is a little organised and a little gem. He doesn't do many things that are flashy, but everything he does is calculated in quality. And for such a young lad at 19 years of age, I think how he stepped up last week would be fantastic to see if he can back it up again.
There's a lot of talk about international rugby league as the Welsh team join their Irish counterparts in the Tull here at the Racecourse ground, and the pride that these players will show today. As Elliot Keir, the Welsh captain, outstanding in the victory in Scotland last weekend. The London man is about to lead his side out onto the field. A win, remember, sends either side straight to the World Cup. Here come the two teams then. Warm round of applause. The men stand below us. It's heavily populated here in Wrexham as Elliot Keir leads out the Welsh. Liam Finn leads out the Irish. And we are not far away from action. What's the mindset of the players like now, Anthony? What are they thinking at this moment in time?
I think the boys just want to kick off. Both teams, if you've had a John Keir team talk, you want to go play rugby league. So I think the lads will be itching from both sides just to get these anthems done, and I bet they can't wait for the whistle to go.
We'll be having the anthems and, of course, a 2-minute silence in honour of Armistice Day, the 100th anniversary of it. A 2-minute silence here as the teams lining up down below us. Wales in their red strip, Ireland in their white strip with the green shorts. And here will come, when the players are ready, the national anthems. Great national anthems there from both sides, plenty of support on both sides as well. We're now going to have a 2-minute silence in remembrance of Armistice Day. The 2-minute silence impeccably observed here, as you would expect. A real bumper crowd in, and full respect shown for all that have given service, and for many more, so much more, over the last 100 years. The action is about to begin on the field, and maybe just a reminder, after all, it is only a game. Let's give you the team news then here, and that's the Welsh team then. They make just one change. John Keir for the side that won last weekend. Stolton Grant, he replaces Mike Butt in the starting lineup, and Jake Emmett comes in. Morgan Evans drops out for Wales. And for Ireland, just the one change as well for them. It comes on the win as Alan McMahon comes in for Ed O'Keefe. The Waterford Vikings man takes his place, having played in the opening game. We're about to set off then here. Ireland are going to kick off there. Liam Finn, nerves? Any nerves now, Anthony Walker? You've been in this position, you know what it's like. Is it just get that first carry and get cracked up?
Yeah, just don't drop the ball. This is probably the only, as soon as this ball gets kicked now, I think all your nerves go out the window and you just want to get playing. It's just another game, really.
It's just another game, but at the end of the 80 minutes today, one of these two will be qualified for the World Cup, and it's Wales who have it. And Fleming will drive it forward. He was outstanding last week for the Welsh. Plays for Halifax. Tackled on his own 20. Here come the Welsh side now. And it's important from an Irish perspective here, Anthony, that they make a solid start defensively, isn't it?
Yeah, every team talks about first 5 sets, and that's with the ball and without the ball. Ireland just want to get no penalties away, try and keep Wales inside the half and have a good kick pressure.
Well, that was a good run from Steve Parry, the West Wales hooker. Gets Wales up towards halfway where they'll play the ball in field. Ralph drops it back. Here comes Dan Fleming again. Another big carry from him. Man of the match last week when Wales brushed aside Scotland. They're going back now to the boot of Ralph. He will go high. Early tester for Griggs at fullback. Catches it nicely and will bring it forward. Pretty steady first set from Wales. John Keir will be quite happy with that.
Yeah, Wales will just want to keep the yardage percentage of completing as high as they can, and John's teams are very let's just keep completing and we're getting back into the game.
Here come Ireland, they're bringing the ball off their own 20. Good run from Tyrone McCarthy. A man with experience on both sides of the world. Had a short spell in Australia, and he's tackled on his own 40. Here's Finn now. Turns the ball back inside, and Ireland edge their way outside their own 40. Gareth Hewell making sure Wales are back the required 10 here as the ball goes to George King. He offers the dummy, goes himself up to halfway. Another one, I thought he was brilliant against France last week, but he's held up by a determined three-man tackle on halfway. Last one for Ireland. They'll go with Finn. Little dink kick over the top. He's trying to find the grass. Here's Williams, who makes today his 30th Welsh appearance. In fact, now it's Grant who gets the ball. Grant will bring it forward. He's tackled just inside his own 20. So set for set at the moment, Anthony.
Yeah, I think both. Oh, there's the first penalty. He said that.
There's a first penalty offside. So Ireland first to crack here. They'll be really disappointed with that. But in terms of ball in hand, it's all about keeping it tight, isn't it? You don't want to give your opponent a big advantage early on.
No, I think no team want to defend more than they have to defend, to be honest. So it'd be nice to see what Wales can do with the ball in good ball now.
There is Rhys Williams on the far side. He's waiting for the ball. He can't get it. He's making his 30th Welsh appearance today. Joins Jordan James on 30 appearances as the ball comes forward now with Fleming again. He's got 21 tries. He's such a key player for the Welsh. Ian Watson as well, the Salford coach, has also got 30 Welsh appearances. Ball coming forward now then with the Welsh. Big chance for them. First real attacking set as Evans is wrapped up. The ball now comes to Elliot Jenkins. He moves it on to Ralph. Ralph with a little duck in between the defenders. Almost breaks through. He's on the 20 now. They're going to come down the right-hand side. Ball driven in by Rodri Lloyd of Swinton, formerly of Wigan. He's tackled, and Parry waits at dummy half. He'll find Jenkins. He now gets it to Ralph. Short pass. They're going to try and barge their way forward, but Ireland were ready for that. 5 metres out. Parry looking around. He's just in front of the post. They're going to the left-hand side. A little grubber kick. It's a decent kick as well. There's pressure on here, and it's the first try of the afternoon, and it's Chester Butler who's scored. He's got an injury in scoring. I think someone's just trodden on his ankle, but I'm sure that pain will go. He's the first to react, and the kick is a good one from Ralph, and the try scored by Wales. Early advantage. They lead here by 4-0. Great little kick, Anthony. Right on the money, and Butler first to react. What a touchdown that is.
Yeah, it took some finishing, to be honest. I think we called it regarding need to keep completing and get to good ball, and like you say, a Wales team very calculated there, and a nice little kick from Josh Ralph.
We saw Ralph last week with ball in hand, but the kicking game is also crucial, and the worst case scenario there probably was that Ireland were going to get trapped in goal, so it was win every which way, wasn't it, for the Welsh? But that was a fine kick and a great touchdown, one-handed from Chester Butler. I'm sure he'll be all right as we watch James Olds look to add the extras here. The West Brisbane Panthers man, he played with his brother, of course, for Wales.
Yeah, Ollie was the halfback when I was playing for Wales. I think James always put his hand up, but I think he was a little bit young, and John didn't select him, and I think he stepped up this year and he's played really well for the games that I've watched.
He has indeed, and now he stands about 5 metres in from touch on that far side. He'll look to turn the 4-point lead into a 6-point lead here. Missed a couple early on last week, but after that he was pretty much on the money. Here he comes then on the right foot, sends it towards the post, and it's waved away. So no good then for Olds. He misses the first conversion, but I think John Kieran Wells will be quite happy, Anthony Walker, with that opening 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. We called it before the game started. Just need to start better than they did last week. I think Ireland have a big deep kick here, and I think they'll want to restart the game and have a good, really solid defence here now.
Yeah, well, let's hope Chester Butler is all right. I mean, he got a nasty knock on the ankle there. It's not what you want, really, is it? But we'll see what happens. I can just see him, he's grimacing on the far side, so it clearly has hurt him. As the ball now coming forward here with Fleming. He doesn't need a second invitation. He's a much improved player, down Fleming. And he's tackled just outside the 20. Wales leading by 4 early on here, as there's a scoop from dummy half from Wales' record try scorer, Rhys Williams, as the ball now goes forward again, taken in by Connor Davis, another Halifax man. A bit more laying on, and Gareth Hughes having none of it. And he says to Deck O'Donnell there, you just got to get out of the way. He made no effort, Anthony, to get out of the tackle, did he?
No, I think it come from a strong carry as well, which he earned the right to play the ball. And I think Ireland was trying to slow the game down a little bit too much instead of just getting up and getting to marker and letting the game play.
Well, the kick is a good one, and they're going to start just outside the 30 here, Wales. They lead by 4. That early try for Chester Butler. As now Fleming comes forward again. Already that's 4 carries, I think, in the opening 6 minutes. And he's going to play the ball just outside the 20. Parry will get it away. Here comes Davis again. Davis getting inside the 20 and almost up to the 10. Big chance here for Wales to double their lead as they move it to the middle. Here's Jenkins, gets it away to Ralph. Ralph out the back to Keir. A good read. Oh, strong challenge by Ethan Ryan, the Bradford Bulls man. He flew in and made the tackle. Referee's going to stop play here, and the touch judge is on. Well, looked a very strong challenge for me, but what did you make of that, Anthony Walker?
Yeah, I thought he read it really good. I don't know what the penalty's for. I don't know if it's around the neck. I'm not sure.
Was there, I think, maybe possibly an arm round the neck as he threw him to the ground, and it is a penalty here on the 10-metre line. Now, this would be give me 2 points, and they are, in fact, going to take the 2 points. Josh Ralph says, get the kicking tee on. We'll let James Olds have another sight at goal, and it should be a gimme 2 points, this, and also it will help James Olds. It's a lot easier than the kick he's just missed off the sideline.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be in Wales camp this week, and he has done plenty of practice on his goal kicking after last week, so it'll be really good if he just knocks this one over for himself, for his confidence, and you never know how important these 2 points will be at the back end of the game.
Well, Ethan Ryan, the Bradford Bulls youngster, had a really good battle with Morgan Escaray, the French winger, last week, scored in Ireland's defeat to France. But he was just a little bit overzealous there with his defence as Olds, right-footed, around about 16 metres out from the post. We'll look to convert this penalty, and he strikes it confidently. The cheers will tell you everything. Wales extend their lead, 6 points to 0. Ireland, their own worst enemies at the moment. What's that, 3 penalties in the opening 6 minutes, Anthony? We talked about being error-free at the start. It's all right completing your sets if then you're going to give away cheap territory on your defending.
Yeah, I think it's a common saying, error, try, or penalty, points. So I think Ireland just needs to cut the penalty down and go back to how they started the first 3 minutes. We was going set for set.
7 on the clock then here at the Racecourse ground in Wrexham. Remember, France, the European champions for 2018, with a small matter of a place in the World Cup in England 2021 at stake for the winners here. And it has to be said that Wales have made a great start as they bring the ball forward with Chester Butler, the try scorer. Still looks a little bit reluctant to put too much weight through his ankle. It got trodden on when he celebrated his try. Here is Ralph, gets the ball away here to Davis. Davis will take it forward again. And Parry jumps in at dummy half. Wales just outside their own 40. Here comes Fleming. Fleming runs it forward. Good work in the middle. Lewis Byrne in there with Deck O'Donnell and Will Hope make the tackle, and Fleming falls to the floor. Ball back to Ralph. He's going to go high again here. Tester for Grix, but not too much pressure on him. It just wobbled late on, and they were after him there. Elliot Keir got to him, but good safe hands from Grix, just what Ireland needed. Yeah,
they'll need a nice set here where they can just complete and get back into the arm wrestle of the game and just keep going now.
Well, they have the ball. They trail by 6. Far from an insurmountable deficit at this early stage, we know that, but Ireland will look to come forward. France, the champions, beating Scotland last night. They've done the clean sweep, 3 wins out of 3 for them. Here come Ireland, over the 40 they go. Good work. This time from Liam Byrne, the Wigan youngster. Ball to Finn. Finn under pressure, gets the kick away. He's looking for the touchline. He won't find it, but he'll turn Keir around inside his own 10, and Keir will bring it forward up to the 10, just trying to find the middle of the field there. Good set from Ireland and a good kick from Finn at the end of it.
Yeah, I think Stu Little will be much happier now after seeing that defence. Oh, great shot.
Great shot on Dalton Grant, the Bradford Bulls man. He's up against his Bradford teammate this afternoon on his near touchline. Here's Williams, 21 tries for Wales, a record. He'll be desperate to add to that and get his team to the World Cup here today as Olds takes it in. He's wrapped up. Better from Ireland as the ball comes forward down this near side. Rodri Lloyd is wrapped up. He will play the ball now. Parry will look to get the ball away to Jenkins. He kicks deep, trying to turn round the wingman on the far side. Alan Mcmahon of Waterford brings it back. Nice little sidestep, gets him outside his 20. And now we seem to be back in that arm wrestle. Good defensive set, though, there, I thought, from Ireland.
Yeah, really good.
Ball now coming forward. Here's James Bentley, St Helens, formerly of the Bradford Bulls. Now with St Helens and getting Super League experience, a fine talent. Here's McCarthy, good run from McCarthy. Takes some putting down, the Salford Red Devils back rower. Could have been a penalty there. I think they just got off in the nick of time. Here's Finn. Finn will move it now through the hands. They're going to go out wide. Grix is going to kick it down the touch line. Keir comes scampering across. It took a nice healthy bounce for him. Picks it up inside his 10. He'll be wrapped up 15 away. Bit of an impromptu kick at the end of the set, Anthony, but it was a decent one in the end.
Yeah, I don't think Stu would have been that happy with the way it was kicked at first, but I think he'd be happy where it finished. Like you say, I think Ireland have really got themselves back into this game since the penalty, and in the last 3 or 4 minutes been really good. Both teams just going set for set, waiting for the other one to crack.
10.5 gone here, 6-0 Wales lead. Ball go up to halfway with Butler, the try scorer. Will play the ball. Here now is Ralph, turns it back for Fleming. Fleming into a 4-man Irish tackle. Ball now comes back in field. Here's Ralph. He's going to go high again and again. Well, this time Grix had a bit of a look at that and he's let it bounce and it's picked up by Ethan Ryan. Ryan will be caught inside his own 10. Well, just praise Scott Grix for his coolness under the ball, but he made a bit of a mess of that one, Anthony.
Yeah.
Now a penalty. So Ireland have got a little bit lucky there. The old adage, never let the rugby ball bounce, and Grix did.
Yeah, well, I've just been stood over there before and the sun's coming behind the stand where we're sat right now, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there and say that the sun might have been in his eyes.
Okay. You're a fairer man than I. I thought he made a mess of that, but it is a penalty, and Ireland now will tap the ball here with Finn. Finn will move it in field. Half a break there. Up the middle they go. It was a good scoot as well for McNally. Now that's going to be another penalty. He tried to play the ball. Connor Davis was lying in the ruck. And now this is Ireland's chance. Back-to-back penalties has got them off their own line. And when this goes into touch from Finn, they're going to start 20 metres off the Welsh try line. Yeah,
this is Wales' first test of goal line defence. And if we go off the motto that we've just said, penalty, penalty, try, or penalty, penalty, points, I think Ireland will fancy themselves here the first time in good ball, and it's a test to see what Wales' defence is actually like.
Well, that's a good shot from Elliot Jenkins. He got up and got to the full-back there, Grix. Here they come down the short side. It's Jack Higginson, the young Wigan centre, is wrapped up 15 away. The Irish fans here are making plenty of noise down below us. And now it's another penalty right in front of the post, and this time it's Ben Evans who's penalised. And the referee says, I'm not having any of that. And there was, again, messing about the play of the ball. So they're going to tap it here. They don't really want the two, I don't think, at this stage.
I think we've just seen Gareth say that, let's get up and let them play the ball. I think that's 2 penalties, and out of the 4 we've had, just for having hands in the ruck. So he set his stall out early and he's consistent.
Well, here's O'Donnell, gets the ball away. It's driven forward by the Irish. They're 5 metres away. They're 4 metres away. O'Donnell will fight to play the ball. George King in at dummy half. King will get it away to Liam Finn. Finn goes out the back to Grix. Chance here if he can get the ball out to his wingman. It's turned back to Ethan Ryan, but he had nowhere to go. And Ryan wrapped up inside the 10. Grix gets the pass away. Here's McCarthy running across the field. He wants a straight runner. He offers a dummy. He goes himself. They're back underneath the post, but they can't get the ball away. It's a 3-man tackle. He's lost the ball. It went backwards. It's play on. Here's O'Donnell going for the line. O'Donnell over the line. I'm not sure he's got it down. He's been held up. Well, you said the question. It was going to be a first test of the Welsh defence, Anthony, and to be fair, they've done pretty well.
Yeah, I think defensively they've made a few mistakes, but everyone's just scrambling for each other and they're just working as well as a team, which is really good to see.
10 metres out, they'll go back to the 10 then, having been held up over the try line. Ball came free and O'Donnell, the youngster, tried to get over. He just couldn't get low enough to get the ball down as Ireland come again here. They're 5 metres out. This is the last one. Finn's in at dummy half. He'll fire the pass out wide. They keep it alive. It's on the last. Here now is Mcmahon. Mcmahon with a little chip over the top. It's going to bounce in goal. He picks it up. Oh, he's dropped it over the line, Mcmahon. And now, well, they're going to say he was tackled without the ball. I think the referee here is saying this is yet another penalty. Let's have a look at this one again. Well, nothing on for him. And the Waterford man, little chip over the top. He goes to catch it. What's the referee saying? Has he been tackled in the air? He didn't have the ball, did he, at the time? If he gathers that, though, Anthony scores, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. And I think you've got to make... I think Ben Evans has got to try and make the tackle there. He weren't catching the ball. And before Ben knew, he caught it. So I think he did tackled throughout the ball, but I think he had to make that decision.
I think, yeah, I don't think as a coach you can be too critical of that, because if he lets him catch it, he'd have scored anyway. Here they go then, the Irish ramping up again. 4th successive penalty, 15 on the clock. They trail by 6. Wales will be desperate to hold their line intact here as Byrne is tackled. O'Donnell's going to try and pinch one from dummy half. He's up to the line, but you can clearly see the ball not over. I think Fleming underneath him, really strong defence.
He's everywhere, isn't he?
He's a good player, really good player. John Keir glowing in his praise of the Halifax man, as now here come the Irish again. They're trying to barge their way over. They're within an inch of the line. It was Louis Bionic, the Hull FC man, who is tackled right on the line. He could see it but couldn't touch it. Ball now with Finn. Finn short to King. King, he tried to keep it alive. It's on the deck. And look at the Welsh celebrations, because they have just defended their line 3 successive sets, and they're going to get the ball back. They lead 6-0, but that defensive effort, Anthony Walker, as good as a try.
Yeah, it is, like you said. I think there's 4 or 5 sets on the bounce there, and they've just scrambled well. I think George King was looking to offload that before he caught it. I think Stewart won't be happy with that, because they've been down there, 4 or 5 sets, and they haven't really chucked much at Wales. I think he'll be having a word at half-time, telling the half-back set control and tell the forwards just to run nice and hard.
We didn't see too much of Greg McNally in that set, did we? The other half-back there, he seemed a little bit quiet. But here come Wales then. They lead by that early Chester Butler try, as Williams will clear his lines up to 15 metres out. Will play the ball. I think I saw a stat from Williams. He tweeted it himself. If he played today, 5 years he's not missed a game. That's some effort, isn't it?
Deserves an holiday, the lad, doesn't he?
Ball going down the short side. Here's Elliot Keir, the captain. They're trying to shove him into touch. He's lost the ball, and the referee said it was stolen. It's a penalty. And more ill discipline at the moment from both sides. And people sometimes, I think, are quick to criticise referees, but if the players keep making infringements, he is there to give a decision.
Yeah, I think both coaches won't be happy with the indiscipline for their respective teams. I think, like you said, the team that just gets control of the game now goes back to the arm wrestle, cuts the errors out, cuts the penalties out, hopefully with the team that scores next.
Well, Wales lead 6-0, and here they come with Fleming. They've not been down this end in the last few minutes. They've had to do a lot of defending. And now they'll look to make use of the ball as Connor Davis gets it away. Here comes Rodri Lloyd, started off his career at Wigan. Now with Swinton in the Championship, will play the ball. And here comes Ben Evans, the London Broncos man, 15 metres out. Will play the ball to Parry. Now it's Ireland's turn to defend as the ball goes across to Davis. Davis gets it away. Here's Ralph, offers a dummy, tried to slip the tackle and almost did. No support with him at that moment. Last one here. They're going to go back to Jenkins. Jenkins with a kick outside of the boot and a chance at a second try. And this time it's Rodri Lloyd on the end of it. 2 tries from 2 kicks, both halfbacks involved. That was a wonderful kick from Jenkins, right on the money. And Rodri Lloyd makes it Wales 10, Ireland 0.
Absolutely identical to the first try, wasn't it? But on the other side.
Neat kick outside of his boot, didn't panic. This is a young man, only his 2nd international appearance. He knew exactly where he wanted to put that ball, and Rodri Lloyd, more importantly, knew exactly where he was going to put the ball, and he was on hand, a simple touchdown.
Yeah, they definitely spoke about this in training this week, I think, with both back rowers expecting kicks off the halves. It must be something they might have isolated him, and they've done video this week. I think, like you said, Ireland just need to get control of the game and cut their errors, and when we're going set for set, they look really good. They just, both teams just, like I said, sorry, Wales settled down into that game, that set then, and got control of it.
They did indeed. James Auld, so he's just kicked one from a little bit further out than this when he added the penalty. This is for his 2nd successful kick. It's his 3rd attempt. He'll like the look of this one. He looks up, he's going through his routine. Every kick is different as they all go through their own individual work. And here he comes, right-footed, confident strike, straight through the middle. And Wales have made a good start to their efforts to get to the World Cup in 2021. They lead here at the Racecourse ground in Wrexham. It's Wales 12, Ireland 0. It's not panic stations yet for Ireland, Anthony, but they need to stop inviting Wales in. Wales are a good team as it is. You give them possession, they're going to put points on the board.
Sorry, I was just looking at. I thought someone made a sub. Yeah, like we said, Wales seems to settle down then, and I think that's come from the great work from the defence they did 3 or 4 minutes earlier.
Ball coming forward then with Wales, approaching the halfway point of the first half. 12 points to 0, Wales lead here on home soil. As Dalton Grant was impeded as he tried to get up there. Here comes Olds helping out clearing the line. Ball now with Elliot Keir, and Keir is quick and he's up to the line. He escapes the tackle of Higginson. Bit of a swing and a miss there from Higginson. Finn wraps up Keir. Ball now coming down the short side. Here's the try scorer Lloyd, and already Wales are rumbling over the halfway line. Parry will look to Jenkins. Jenkins to Evans. Evans over the 40. This is a good set off the back of a try. And the Welsh looking to add some more pressure here, as this time Jenkins goes high. Griggs waits, there's pressure on this one. He catches it inside his own 10. He's got nowhere to go. And Ralph chasing up. The other halfback makes the tackle. Really good set from Wales on the back of that second score.
Yeah, it's like a 95-metre set. The most important thing after a try is just to complete your next set, which Wales have done that. Let's hope Ireland can complete this set and we can go set for set again.
Yep, Ireland bringing the ball forward just outside their own 20 as they play it there with hope. Here comes King. King goes up towards the 40. Fleming in the tackle alongside Parry as the ball driven in by Byrne. Looks big and mobile, the Wigan youngster. Gets up towards halfway. He's fighting to play the ball now. On the last one, they'll go back to McNally, who will look for the touchline on the far side. He won't find it. Keir is across in good position. He brings it forward up to the 20. But a decent set in fairness to Ireland. They don't look too bad at clearing their line. I think the big worry that Stuart Littler will have is what they've done with it when they've got down the other end. They've not really created anything yet.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what he'll be saying at half-time. When you get to a good ball, let's throw the ball about and test this Welsh defence.
Well, the Welsh attack is testing the Irish defence as a good run from Williams. Here's Parry, gets the pass away. Good hands from the big man. Gets it to Jake Emmett, who's on off the bench. Emmett's missed the opening couple of games, but he's in the squad now. As now Ralph goes down the short side. A big shot there, but he bounced off it. The young halfback comes forward again. And now I think the referee, Gareth Urie, is going to call that high shot. Well, fair play to Gareth Urie. He's tried to play the advantage. Ralph was clearly hit high, but he's come back. But it's more ill-discipline. Now 12 points to 0, 25 metres out. This is a pretty kickable opportunity. Are they going to take the two or go for the points?
I think John sent the cone on.
Yeah, the kicking tee coming on. Well, this makes sense, doesn't it? It makes it a 3-score game, and all of a sudden, you know, you're strangling Ireland because not only, you know, they've struggled to get 1 try so far, but they're going to need 3 all of a sudden.
Like you say, you're strangling them. Wales will get, obviously, if he kicks this, get the ball back as well. So it's starving Ireland of possession.
It is at the moment. As Olds, who's 2 from 3 this afternoon, he's already kicked a penalty. He's looking for his 3rd successful kick this afternoon and a 14-point lead for his Welsh side. Again, he goes through the routine. Here he comes, right-footed, sends it towards the post. The touch judges haven't moved. That's always a good sign. The flags go up, and Wales lead by 14 points to 0. And I won't say they'll be dreaming of the World Cup just yet, but they couldn't have given themselves a much better start 23 minutes in. 14-0 up. John Keir would have taken that every day of the week, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think the emphasis was starting the game well, and I think Wales have done that. Ireland have just made a sub now. They brought Michael Ward on, and he's a really good impact prop. He played for Batley this year, and when he comes on, he likes the big hits and the big strong runs, so I think he's going to be trying to change the game a little bit.
Yeah, Ward on for the Irish as the ball now being brought forward. Here's Grant. Head rocked back initially in the challenge, but he'll fight and play the ball 25 off his own line. More messing about. Grant looks up as if to say, why is that not a penalty, sir? Neat play on the near side, and here's Keir down the touchline, but dragged down by the scruff of his collar by Liam Finn. Ball played to Parry. Parry gets it away to Jenkins. Jenkins gets the pass away, but big defence on Jake Emmett. He was going nowhere. That was a nice shot from Bionic. Ball now with Fleming. He gets it to Ralph. They've got numbers on that far side, and here they go. Ben Morris down the touchline. Can he get the pass away? No, it goes to ground, and it's picked up by Ireland. Well, he had the record try scorer for Wales outside him. The question, Anthony Walker, to you, should he have passed it?
Yes.
Pretty emphatic. Ben Morris down the touchline, but couldn't get the pass away. And in the end, he lost it. So a chance maybe gone begging there for Wales, but so far they've been pretty good. And Ireland having to do it tough as here comes Ward, takes it in. And now he wins his side a penalty for a high shot. Elliot Jenkins looks up as if to say, what, me? Gareth Ewers says, well, it was one of you, and it's a penalty. And again, the game's been broken up by penalties, but really what it's doing, it's moving the team around the field. It's actually quite a quick game at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, considering there's been quite a few penalties, it has been quite free-flowing. It'd be nice to see what Ireland do with the ball now and see what test they throw at Wales.
Well, here's a chance at the other end. Morris made the break, couldn't get the pass away, had Williams outside him. And with hindsight, it's a wonderful thing. You might think, well, yeah, maybe I should have passed it. But in the end, got caught in between two minds. Here's King then, the former Warrington man, signed for Wakefield in Super League next season. He's 25 out for Ireland. Ball coming forward now. Here's Byrne. I've been impressed with him. You're a prop forward yourself, and he's gone all right, hasn't he, so far?
Yeah, he looks a lot more mobile than I ever was.
Ball going to that right-hand side. Here's Finn, gets it to Grix. Short pass now. Bentley wrapped up. 10 away, so Ireland back down in the red zone, so to speak, but they need to come up with some points here as Finn gets it away. Here's Ward. Ward barges for the line. He's tackled. 5 short. Bit of a scruffy play of the ball. He gets away with it. Finn's going to stand up the kick. Looking towards Ethan Ryan on this near side. Ryan catches it, knocks it backwards. It's hacked on by Wales, and there could be a chance to break away here if Olds can pick it up, and he did really well. He didn't panic. It's a 0 tackle, and he'll play the ball, and Wales with Jenkins over the halfway line. Olds could have panicked there, couldn't he? Easily knock that ball on. He was calm and collected.
Yeah, I think it was a smart move. He could have easily kicked it as well and thought he'd get a foot race to the try line and get it, but I think getting hold of the ball and keeping possession is probably more important at this time of the game.
We talk about game smarts, and at the moment it's Wales that are coming up with the smarter plays as Fleming goes forward again. Ward with a good tackle round the legs, finished off by Liam Byrne, but they're going down that short side. Here's Ralph, gets it away to Keir. Keir runs it in. He's wrapped up. Wales leading by 14. Surely if they score again here, they're going to have 1 foot in the World Cup final. There's another change here for Wales, and they're going for the line, and it's Gavin Benyon, who's just come on the field, has crashed his way through some pretty inept Irish tackling, but Gavin Benyon, talk about an impact substitution for John Keir. Benyon barges his way over. Wales look like they're heading to the World Cup. They lead 18 points to 0.
You talk about your first carry coming on as a sub wanting to make an impact. I don't think he could have dreamt of a better carry than that, just run straight. And they moved out the way of him. Well,
I've praised Byrne, but he's missed a tackle. It's a one-on-one tackle inside his own 10. It's a tackle he's got to make, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like he got Benyon on the wrong shoulder and just opened himself up for a fail there. Benyon putting a bit of a sidestep on.
And we go back, it was James Old who picked the ball up on this near side, Anthony. If he panics, knocks the ball on, Ireland get it back. It's not necessarily about what happens on that play, it's what follows it, isn't it? And that was the smartness of not giving the ball away, not panicking, and Wales are clearly here playing on the front foot.
Yeah, they was in a good position, Wales, where they don't have to panic and they don't have to force things. If the game finishes now and nobody else scores, obviously Wales win the game. So just being smart and collecting the ball well and finishing your set. I think that was just a set-up carry before the kick, and he's just lucky enough to run hard enough for the score.
Well, that's no questions. They're there to tackle you. If you don't, you know what you've got to do. Keep running. That's exactly what he did. And here is Olds now looking to open up a 20-point lead here at the Racecourse ground. Right-footed effort. Sends it towards the posts. The touch judges put the flags up. And Wales are flying. Their World Cup qualification, well, it's in the palm of their hands now. They lead by 20 points to 0 here. They were brilliant in the second half last week against Scotland, and they've picked up exactly where they left off. They've been brilliant here as well. 20 points to 0. And Gavin Benyon, I think, just been released by Salford this week. I'm sure someone will be in the market to pick him up.
I think he got announced yesterday before he signed for Swinton.
Ah, there you go. So he's already been snapped up there.
Yeah, so I don't know if Stu Little will be happy or not.
Ball taken forward by Benyon. for the try, and now Wales will look to build again. 20 off their own line, but they lead here by 20 points to 0. What a fantastic start for them. 3 tries for Butler, Lloyd and Benyon as they go down the short side here. That's Curtis Davis, who's on, substitute for Wales, as both coaches now trying to roll their benches around and freshen things up, as Benyon will come forward. This time they do tackle him round the legs. It's Ward who makes the tackle. Bit of messing about the play of the ball. Ball goes back now to Ralph. He just kicks it over the top, bounces in front and between Ryan and Grix, but Ryan picks it up. And what they've done well, Wales, is we know Ethan Ryan's a flyer. He's scored bucket loads of tries in League One, but they've kept his interactions to an absolute minimum, haven't they? Yeah,
I think the better kicking towards him, so he doesn't have to have that carry from the ruck or get on the fly. If they kick it high, and Wales can get there as he catches the ball. Oh, penalty.
Fleming went high on McCarthy. McCarthy, in fairness, was going to play on there, but referee Gareth Hughes said that's another penalty. And it's a chance for Ireland to kick themselves down in a good ball. And I think we're already at the point here, Anthony, where they need to score the next points, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think Ireland can afford to go in at half-time with another points against them. So if they can complete this set or even get a repeat set or even better score, Stuart Little will be happy, and I think the game will be open again.
Ronan Michael, the Huddersfield Giants youngster, comes forward. Here's King. King takes it up the middle, 20 away. Now, they've had no problem getting to this part of the ground. It's what happens next that's been an issue for the Irish and Stuart Littler's side, as the ball now goes to Finn. He had to wait for the pass, gets it away to Grix. He's going to kick it, looking to get it
tackle
to Ethan Ryan, and they've kicked early in the tackle count, and you have to say, the tone of your voice says everything. Yeah, it's the wrong option, isn't it?
I just think that's a bit of a dumb move, really. You've not had the ball in good ball for, 31 minutes, and tackle 2, you grubber it. I don't think Stuart Little would have called for that.
No, not at all, and it lets Wales off as they look to now bring the ball forward. They lead by 20 points here in Wrexham, the Racecourse ground. Healthy crowd in, making plenty of noise as their Welsh heroes are edging their way towards the World Cup in England in 2021. Ireland, of course, will get another chance if they lose here. They'll play in the qualifiers again next year. Every chance that they can still make it themselves, but they'll have to wait another year to find out, as the ball turned back inside to Alan Mcmahon, the Waterford man, who brings it forward. He's tackled just outside his own 10. We'll play the ball now. Grix gets it away. Taken in by Bentley. Bentley's well wrapped up, though. And Wales have defended really strongly and put the tries on the board when the chance has arisen, as they come forward again here, the Irish side. Hope is tackled just short of the 40-metre line. They come in field now. Here's Finn. We'll get it out the back to Grix. Grix this time hangs on, but Jenkins wrapped him up pretty easily in the end, helped out by teammates in and around the leg area there, as the ball now comes forward with Michael. He gets it away to King. King over halfway. Last one, though, for Ireland. 7 to go to the break. Ball now back to Finn. Finn will go high. This is a tester here for Dalton Grant on the near side. Ethan Ryan has smashed him. His teammate there, Grant, spilled it, and Ethan Ryan went in to absolutely smash him, and Ireland have got the ball back. Now here's a chance for Ireland with Higginson. He's wrapped up 5 away, and now a penalty. Talk about teammate on teammate. That's what international rugby's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they'll both be fighting for that 2 or 5 shirt next year, and I think Ethan Ryan said to Dalton, it's mine.
Well, I think he said, you're having this. And he gave him it as well, didn't he? What a shot. And Grant underneath it spilled the ball. But Ireland now have got another set at the Welsh line. They trail by 20 points, but they're inside the 20. Here they come forward again with Byrne, who'll be really disappointed with that last effort when he let Benyon slip through his fingers to score. Ball now coming forward with Finn. Finn gets it to Grix. Now they've got numbers. He's going to go in. Grix, yes! Try Ireland. Scott Grix sliced his way through to score. Well, he made the wrong idea a couple of moments ago when he kicked early in the tackle count. This time the defenders backed off him, and Grix does get Ireland on the board. It's Wales 20, Ireland 4.
Yeah, that's definitely come from Liam Finn's great kick and Ethan Ryan's kick chase. It's quite blatant to see that Ireland are favouring their left edge, attacking Wales' right edge, because everything seems to be that they get down in good ball comes this way. and I think you can forgive him for kicking it on tackle 2 this time when he shows and goes through himself.
Well, maybe does the fact that he kicked early last time, did it maybe just make the Welsh defence just hold off a split second?
Yeah, I think you've seen Elliot Jenkins hold off because I don't think he knew what he was going to do. Like you say, he probably didn't know if he was going to kick it or pass it, and he probably didn't take into consideration he was going to have one himself. I think that's the first time Scott Griggs has gone himself, and I think he'll be going again next time.
Yeah, nice finish from Griggs, joining the Huddersfield Giants, of course, in the off-season. Here's Liam Finn, his former Wakefield teammate, looking to add the extras as he sends the kick on the way. As he just pushed it across, he has, inches wide of the far post. Well, we said Ireland had to score next, and Ireland have scored next. Moral discipline from Wales, but you talk about that high kick. We saw Ethan Ryan score last week against France from a high kick. And it shows if you put that ball up, he's going to compete and he's going to put pressure on. And you can imagine Liam Finn is going to be looking now at Dalton Grant on this near side and saying, we're going to go down your way a little bit more. Yeah,
I think it's been the same as when Wales have been kicking high to Ethan. I think that Finney will be doing the same this way and hoping to get a repeat performance.
Well, still 5 minutes there or thereabouts to play in this first half here in the European Championship. Remember, France the winners. They beat Scotland last night, beat all 3 of Scotland, Wales and Ireland. And these 2 are playing out for second place and, more importantly, a place at the World Cup. Well, if Wales thought they were going to get it all their own way, and they did for half an hour, Ireland maybe have just fired a shot across the bows as King brings it forward again. Plays the ball on the 40. Now they go to McNally. He turns the ball back to Hope. Hope trying to fight and play the ball, which he's allowed to do eventually just over the halfway line. They're going down the short side. A little bit of a nothing play there. Bentley didn't seem to know what the plan was, and in the end he'll have to take the tackle. It's the last one. Now I can imagine Liam Finn is just eyeing up where Dalton Grant is. He's going to come across field. It's another high kick. Grant waits underneath it and Ryan can't get to him. I'll tell you what, I think there James Olds did a fantastic job shepherding Ethan Ryan away from Dalton Grant, and that allowed Grant to get underneath it, and crucially for Grant's confidence as he comes up with the ball. Yeah,
I think they've definitely had a conversation after the try. I think Dalton must asking Olds to do a bit more for him there, and he did do that time he paid it.
Well, he couldn't get the clean hit on him, and here now is Dalton Grant going the other way, and he bursts through a couple of tackles up towards halfway. Tackle made by Finn. Ball now goes infield. Here's Rhys Williams, the record try scorer for Wales. He's not had too many options at scoring tries today. Here's Jenkins, will kick the ball forward. It bounces off the shin of Griggs, but did well, and Griggs will take it forward, and he's wrapped up 25 off his own line. All of a sudden it feels like Wales just need to complete a few sets now and just calm things down.
Yeah, Ireland are definitely the better team in the last 7 minutes or so, and that's come from them cutting their errors out and just completing and building their way back into the game. And the way it carries on, I think Wales are looking for half-time now, and Ireland don't want it to come.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of minutes left on the clock here as King comes forward again, gets it to McNally. McNally gets the ball away. Here's Hope. Good carry from Hope. He's wrapped up just outside his 40. I think he's played really well today, Will Hope. Having a strong game as Finn gets into the play. Miss out pass down the far side. And here's a chance for McMahon. McMahon going down the line, turns the ball back inside, and Ireland do have it. Well played, Alan McMahon, the Waterford man there. He saw the danger coming, he got the pass away, and Ireland on the front foot. Here's Finn. He's going to kick the ball across field over Jenkins. It's picked up by Olds, and Olds wrapped up on his own line. Maybe Finn just didn't quite get enough height on that to get his chasers in and underneath that ball.
No, I agree with you. I think Ireland look much better when they're passing the ball more, and they have a nice hard carry, and then they just couple of 2 passes and they pick off the short side. They look a lot more threatening.
Well, Dalton Grant there was appealing for a penalty, and he didn't get one. I think he felt an arm across his throat. He gets up rather ruefully and looks at the official. Nothing doing. Tackle made. Ireland are ramping it up here, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think Dalton Grant did Jake Emmett any favours there playing the ball that slow. It gave the Ireland defence enough time to get up.
Well, here's Curtis Davies, makes a great scoot over halfway, and he's clattered on the last tackle. Well, there's a bit of feeling coming into this now as Ralph steps out of 2 tackles, and Ralph now going forward. He tries to kick across the field, and it's knocked on by Wales, and Ireland pick it up, and Ireland already up to halfway. Well played there, but you've got to say, if Ben Morris catches that ball, it's a big chance for Wales. Chance gone begging for them, but Ireland coming forward again. Wrapped up just over the halfway line. Tackle made on Bentley, will play the ball. Here comes King, 30 metres out. If they could get another try here, Ireland, this is game on, and there's bodies all around here, and I think the referee's going to stop the clock here.
Yeah, it looks like they've clashed heads.
The two Welsh defenders, well, Fleming has got up. He was one of them that banged heads, but there's his teammate down on the ground at the moment. And there's some treatment being administered at this point. I think it's Chester Butler potentially who's gone down. Yep, good spot. The opening try scorer has been in the walls today, hasn't he? His teammates trod on him when he scored a try. Now his teammates giving him a bang on the head.
Yeah, I think he's going to be needing the physio when he... he's going off for a head
He's going
test.
off for the head test. So now, basically, for new viewers, he's got 15 minutes. He's got to pass a series of tests. You see it there. Wow. Butler and Fleming with a head knock. Well, 15 minutes he's got to pass the head test, Chester Butler. If he does, he can come back on. If he doesn't, that's him done for the day, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I got knocked out that many times. I was failing them every week. He's cut his lip in that head bust as well, I think, Dan Fleming.
Well, he had. Well, I mean, it's amazing he got up. It just shows how tough these boys are, doesn't it? There's a ball now with Ireland. Finn gets it away. Here's McCarthy. McCarthy turning and spinning. Will play the ball 30 metres out from the line. They're running out of time here at the end of the first half, Ireland. They trail by 16, but they're going to go high, so they know time is against them. They're trying to get Ethan Ryan into it. Keir drops the ball. Was he taken in the air? Referee's having a look, and he's saying it's a penalty to Ireland, much to the angst of the home fans. And Dalton Grant is again saying, well, what's happening here? Is the ball going to be tapped? And that's the hooter. So they need to keep it alive here. I'm not sure they've heard the hooter going, and that is going to be it. Young Ronan Michael wasn't aware the hooter had gone, and that is half-time. What an entertaining first half. Wales with a real opening salvo to take control, as they had tries from Butler, Lloyd and Benyon, put them 20-0 up before Scott Griggs got a try back. And at half-time at the Racecourse ground in Wrexham, it's Wales 20, Ireland 4. Let's have a look back then at the tries then, and there comes the first one. Chester Butler on the end of a neat kick from Josh Ralph, and you can see almost Ralph is saying there, I'm going to kick the ball here. He's just dinked it through. Butler first to react, and in fairness, a great one-handed touchdown. Yeah,
it took some finishing with one hand. That just watch it again.
You see it again. Yeah, Ralph dinking the kick through. And
yeah,
a great
it's a great finish. That I think the finish was just as good as the kick, really, because if he missed that, obviously it would have been a totally different first half, in my opinion.
Yeah, he just rolled his ankle, didn't he, as he was celebrating. Here's an early chance for Ireland then, as they went in, trying to keep it alive. It was Mcmahon with a little kick through, and a ball bounced up. Ben Evans deemed to have tackled him in the air, but as we said at the time, he's got to make the tackle, Ben Evans, and Alan McMahon, I think, will be desperately disappointed he couldn't hang on to that, because that would have been a try for him.
Would have been a great try, wouldn't it?
It would. Let's go back down the other end then, as Wales, again from the boot of a halfback. This time it was Elliot Jenkins here. Neat kick outside of his left boot, and again another back row, Rodri Lloyd on the end of it. Deja vu,
yeah,
just a different side.
Yeah, it's just a carbon copy of the first try, really. Another good kick and another good finish.
Yeah, good hands from Rodri Lloyd. Second try, and at that point Wales were 12-0 in front. Concentrated on getting the ball down, and he did just that. It was 12 points to nil. Olds added a penalty shortly after, and then came the third try, and really far too easy at any standard of rugby. This is disappointing. Two missed tackles inside the 10, and Gavin Benyon, who just strolled on the field, he will not score an easier try in his career, will he?
No, great impact sub, eh?
Great impact sub, barged his way forward. And Benyon, power, desire, gets over the line. And Ireland at that point were down and out at 20 points to nil. But they did have the final word in the first half as they eventually got down the other end. And Finn to Griggs, and Griggs here, he had the numbers outside him, but Olds just took the dummy momentarily there, and Griggs skillful enough from that range to get the ball down.
Yeah, I think Wales sunk a little bit too tight there, and I think Elliot Jenkins got caught on the wrong guy. I think he went for the lead, and he had too much to do there and not fast enough to catch up with Scott Griggs.
So 20 points to 4 at half-time then. Ireland certainly ended on a high. We said they had to score the next points, but if they come out at the start of the second half and get the next points, and it's down to a 2-score game, Anthony, then it's back on, isn't it?
Yeah, big game on. I think that'll be what Stu Little will be saying. Don't force it, but I think if we score next, I think we'll be in this at the end of the game and got a good chance of winning. I think Wales are just got to go back to doing what they started the game, just complete and be happy to go set for set and get to good ball. I think they looked tired at the end of that first half, and Ireland looked the fitter side, and I think the Ireland subs made the impact that Stu Little would have wanted them to.
What does John Keir say to his side? I mean, obviously, well done, you're 20 points to 4 up, but they just dropped off a little bit, didn't they, at the end of the half?
Yeah, John's a big believer on basics and go back to basics and just do the simple stuff and do your job right. So if I think he'll be telling the Wales side to, like you say, strip it back a little bit and let's just keep completing. We don't have to score again, so let's just be happy to put the ball into touch and walk to the scrums and get our breathers when we can, and let's defend up tough.
Yeah, 20 points to 4 at the moment then. Wales lead here at the Racecourse ground in Wrexham. Remember, the winner here goes through to the World Cup 2021. I mean, that'll be some excitement, won't it? A real shot in the arm as well for your Welsh colleagues. If they can qualify earlier, they've almost got a 2-year build-up period, haven't they, to the World Cup?
Yeah, I think that's massive for Wales. Wales haven't won a game in the last 2 World Cups, so I think qualifying early would give John another 2-3 years to get the squad he wants together. And as you can see, if you look across the Wales team, it's a relatively young team, so it gives them 3-4 years to play together. So when it comes to the World Cup in 2021, be a bit more mature and a good chance of putting in good stead of winning some games, because Wales did fantastic leading up to the 2017 World Cup, but then didn't win a game in the World Cup. So I think Wales would rather qualify and compete better in a World Cup rather than go to a World Cup winning some good games but not winning a game.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Plenty ahead. It's got to be decided yet for Ireland. Should they be beaten here today, of course, they will get a chance in the qualifiers again next year. They'll await their opponents due to the World Cup qualifiers going on around the world at the moment. So 20 points to 4 then for Wales here on home soil against Ireland. 3 tries to 1 in that first half, and it's fair to say the Welsh fully deserving of their lead. Plenty of presentations going on the field at half-time, looking at the some of the achievements of some of the other Welsh international rugby players. Of course, Rugby League, a sport for all these days, everyone involved. The Physical Disability Rugby League as well, a big part. The Masters, it's all there, isn't it? It's far more involving than it ever was before Rugby League, and it's something that the sport should be really proud of. The fact that anyone and everyone now can play Rugby League. The fans have pretty much enjoyed what they have seen here in that first half. Certainly if you're a Welsh fan anyway. The Irish a little bit less happy with the half-time scoreline here at the Racecourse ground in Wrexham. $20 points to 4 then, Wales leading as we're almost ready. So there's been some big names here from the world of Rugby League, and I'm delighted to say we've got one of them on the sidelines with James.
Thanks, Mark. I'm here with legends of the Welsh game, Jim Mills and Kel Coslett. And gentlemen, what have you thought of the first half so far?
Very good. You know, we lead in, so they play some good football, and they've tackled well.
Yeah, I thought tremendously. You know, when I looked at the sides coming out, Ireland looked a much bigger side, but the Welsh side are very mobile and they're playing really well. And I think a bit of a shock to the Ireland side, really.
I mean, do you feel it's a benefit of youth and experience that's working for both sides?
Well, you know, the more you play, the more experience you get. So, you know, you keep learning and keep trying, and I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's right. There's some good young lads there, you know, some good young lads coming through. We haven't got no Super League players in this side, you know, they've all pulled together and stuck together as a team, and they're playing like a team, a lot more than Ireland, and they're a credit.
And who do you think have been the standout players for both sides so far?
Well, I think the half-backs are doing well. They're dictating the game, and obviously it's up to them, you know, which way they want to go, really.
Well, Chester Butler's played well, who scored the first try. He's been playing well, but I'd say that, you know, as a team, it's hard to pick anybody out because the Welsh team are playing great as a team.
I mean, what does each side need to do in the second half to take the game?
Well, they need to play rugby. You know, there's a lot of players that stand near the play of the ball, and there's a lot of space outside the flanks. So I think they've got to do a few plunges and then let the ball out to the wingers.
Well, Wales have got a big lead now, and all they've got to do is play like they did in the first half, and I can't see Ireland coming back from that you know, deficit. And I'm sure the Welsh side have got plenty of fuel in the tank to take them in this half.
Does it make you feel that you'd like to suit up and get back out there?
Well, yes, we've been wishing that for years. But it's always nice to see youngsters running about and enjoying themselves. And we enjoyed the game when we played, so it's a good game to play.
Well, I'd like to get out there. I'd like to get back up those steps, but I'm struggling. You know.
I'm on his back and all.
We'd like to say thank you very much for your time, gentlemen, and congratulations on your honour, Kel.
Thank you.
Right. Two legends of the game and passionate Welshmen. I'll take it back to you, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, James. Kel Coslett and Jim Mills, two big rugby league, Welsh rugby names. Jim Mills, he was a rough and tough front row forward. I've heard many a tale about Big Jim dishing his weight about, and I'll tell you what, the two fellas there, they look pretty good. 76 and 74, those two fellas, Anthony. But two big names, and you know, Welsh rugby's got a great history, hasn't it? And these guys here, you know, the young fellas on show, you know, the captain, likes of Elliot Keir, this is their chance now, isn't it, to put Welsh Rugby League back on the map big time, get them to the World Cup. And as we saw at the last World Cup, you know, Ireland putting in big performances, Wales we know can do the same. This is a great opportunity for this team, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think you touched on it with the strength in depth. Wales Rugby League's growing. It's doing a lot of work in West Wales and coming forward with putting a lot of emphasis on like the young teams, and the under-19s have grown this year, and hopefully, like, it's great to see these people progress. Like you said, this is a young team. There's a lot of people in this team that can progress and be in this shirt for the next 5-6 years, even another 2 World Cups in them. So this could be really good for Wales, and hopefully over the next 8 years Wales start performing, like you say, in World Cup stages.
And it is now becoming, in the Welsh Rugby League, it's becoming not only Welsh but Ireland and Scotland. All of a sudden international rugby, it's growing, isn't it, in popularity, more people making themselves available, and we're going to see more and more big names putting a hand up to play as well.
Yeah, I think it's a great honour, and it's great to see players putting their hand up for countries like Wales, Ireland and Scotland. For me, as a Welshman, I want Welsh lads to put their hand up and stay playing for Wales. I don't want to make rugby league stronger across the board. I think once you say which nationality you play for, you play for them.
Okay, well, we're back underway. Well, I say we're back underway. We're not, because the referee was not happy. Something not quite right there. So Wales are going to have to kick off again. So we're going to restart the restart. Gareth Hughes got a smile on his face. Wales lead 20 points to 4. Gareth, a familiar face for Super League viewers, of course, referees in the Super League. He's here on international duty today. as the kick is deep towards the Ireland try line. They trail 20 points to 4 Ireland, but they've got a chance here to try and continue where they left off in this second half. They were on top at the end of the first half despite being well behind on the board, but they did get points. And here comes King. I think he's got through a lot of work today, Anthony, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think both George King and Dan Fleming didn't come off in the first half, and they're both front rowers. That's some going as a front rower to play full 40 minutes.
Ball now moves wide, and here is Grix into the line. He's going to be wrapped up. Well, you said at the end of that first half, Ireland looked better when they're throwing it about, and it seems that they've come out, shoot a little this side, and they're going to try and play some rugby here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they keep going down that same side where they scored the points. We said in the first half it looks like they're targeting, in my opinion, Elliot Jenkins. I think they're trying to get the experienced players on Wales' inexperienced players, but up to now I think the young lad stepped up, but I also think it's been helped by the defenders around him.
Well, here comes O'Donnell, gets the ball away, and Ireland are trying to keep it alive here. They've got numbers if they go through the hands. They get it away on that far side. Little chip over the top. Will it fall? It does fall for Ireland. They get the pass away and they're in. Now, is that a try? No. Forward pass in the end, and that would have been wonderful play. It was Higginson with a chip over the top, and he had his wingman on his outside, Ethan Ryan, but sadly for Ireland, the pass was full. But what breathtaking rugby here. Lovely chip from Higginson. He got the bounce of the ball. I'll tell you what, I've been seeing that again, and Gareth Hughes is in a great spot, but for me, I thought that pass went backwards.
I did. But it's good to see Ireland coming out and throwing the ball about and doing the offloads and kicking. They look much more dangerous that way, and it's good to see they started the second half like that. And if they continue to do that, I reckon there'll be some more points for Ireland in this half.
Well, they could be, but here comes Williams going the other way. The record try scorer taken high. Penalty here. O'Donnell didn't miss. Williams doesn't make a great deal out of it, and it's a penalty. And fine margins. Ireland thought they'd scored at one end, and now when this kick goes into touch, they're going to be defending their own try line again.
Yeah, I think Stu would have talked about goal line defence, so it'd be good to see how Ireland defend this first good ball set for Wales.
They'll be so disappointed they couldn't convert that try. Ethan Ryan thought he was in, having scored last week for his next international try, but it wasn't to be. And now Wales will be thinking, well, if we score the next points in this first half, then we are going to England for the World Cup, as they bring the ball forward. 12 metres off the line they are. They're going down the short side. Tackle made on Lloyd, the try scorer in the first half. Ball now comes in field. Here's Jake Emmett, the Toronto Wolfpack man. He's tackled 5 off the line. Will play the ball now just to the right of centre. They swing it across to Jenkins. Finds Ralph. Ralph's got numbers out the back. Drop of the shoulder goes himself. He's only slight, but he's not frightened of taking the line on Ralph.
No, I think they would have talked that up. He got a lot of joy last week from going himself, didn't he?
He did indeed, as the ball now bounces to Benyon. He bumps off a couple of defenders. Will play the ball now. They're going to try and barge their way over with Ben Evans. He sneaked one last week, but he's not going to sneak one, is he? Or is he? He is. He's ducked his arm underneath, and Ben Evans, for the second week in a row, has scored the try. Unbelievable how he got his arms free. He was always trying to weave his way over, and he celebrates the big fellas. Back-to-back tries for him, and that might just be the try that sends Wales to the World Cup. What a sneaky try from the big front row forward.
Yeah, he looked like he gave up, and I think everybody thought he stopped, but at this moment now he just thought, I'll have a little dig, and they didn't count the ball.
It's almost like he said, I'm going to submit in the tackle now, fellas, and then he went, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to sneak out. There's 5 defenders there. That's unforgivable, isn't it? Yeah. That's unforgivable from the Irish defence. They've switched off, and Evans has scored. No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's clear that nobody's talking in that tackle. 5 of them, and nobody's got hold of the ball.
Is that what should be happening there? Is it should someone say, I've got the ball, you get the legs, or how does it work?
Well, if he's got hold of the ball, he's not going to score, is he? So with 5 people in that tackle, you can't tell anyone to get the ball because you don't know where everybody else is. But someone needs to take control who's on that side and clamp that ball. And if you have to fall over, you have to fall over. But you can't score it if you've got hold of it. But it's like you said 30 seconds earlier, Ireland had a chance to score, so it was a big 1 minute swing really there.
Huge as James Olds adds the extras, 26 points to 4. Ben Evans with a try. That's him on your screen there, the London Broncos man. Sneaky. These front row forwards, they're sneaky characters. He barged his way over and scored. Ireland are going to go relatively short from the restart, and they're going to come up with it. Ethan Ryan underneath it. That is his forte. You get him underneath that high ball, he can do anything with it, as Bradford fans will testify this season as King goes forward. Ireland, again, they need to score next. 5 gone second half. They trail by 22 points. They're moving it now to Finn. Short pass to McCarthy. He's wrapped up. Ireland looking for an instant response. McCarthy's still going to the line, and he's a yard short by the time he falls over. Gareth Hewer making sure Wales are back behind the line as they come across the field now. Ireland. Ball goes away to McNally. Big miss out pass here. Ball comes back inside. Here's Mcmahon. Mcmahon driving forward. Bit of a loopy pass in the end. Didn't really commit any defenders. McNally goes down the short side. He's wrapped up. He scored last weekend late on against France, but he's not going to score this time as he's dumped to the ground. Gareth Hewer says this is the last one. Finn is going to run it, gets the pass away. It's not the best pass to Griggs. Griggs will do well to get that ball out, kicks it high. Evans has caught it, and the referee has said that that's going to be a penalty. Offside Ireland. Finn, I thought, caught in two minds there, Anthony. He didn't know whether to kick the ball out wide to Ryan or try and run it. I think he felt he had the numbers, but Griggs was wrapped up because the defence knew exactly where that ball was going. Yeah,
he definitely got caught in two minds. I thought he could have just dribbled it in a bit like the Wales did in the first half, and I thought he had a bit of joy because he looked like he had his chasers up level with him.
The Irish subs warming up on the near side. Hoping to get a bit more of the action. 26-4 Wales lead. What have you seen, Anthony?
No, I'm just saying Chester must have passed the head test.
Oh, the head test, he's back out there, yeah. Good spot. Chester Butler out there, so he got a crack off his own teammate, a bang on the head. He's out there now, ready to get his side to the World Cup as the ball now goes wide to Keir. Keir jinks in and out of attack. Ooh, bit of a swinging arm there from the centre Higginson. Ball now comes back in field. Here's Ben Evans. Evans drives forward. He's wrapped up 25 away. Wales knocking on the door here as Emmett will take it to the line, gets it to Ralph. Ralph moves it quickly on this near side to Ben Morris. Morris steps out. Can he get the pass away? No. He provided a wonderful offload last week for Rhys Williams to score the opening Welsh try in Scotland. He couldn't quite manage it there. Ball with Ralph. Little dink. It's come off a Irish player, but it's picked up by O'Donnell, who was first to react. So nice try from Ralph, but that time the Irish were the quickest to react and they get the ball back.
Yeah, I think they would have talked it up at half-time. Watch these little kicks, the last tackle from Ralph and Jenkins.
These Ireland making more changes on the far side as McCarthy will bring the ball forward. And it's Ronan Michael that has gone off the field. As Ireland go forward here with Higginson, who certainly looks better when they give him the ball and a bit of space to run into. He's wanting a penalty, but it's a knock-on here, so a mistake. The error forced by Benyon, a bit of pushing and shoving from Higginson. I think more out of frustration there that he spilt the ball on the floor.
Yeah, it was a really good one as well. He just needed to play the ball.
It's often the basic things, isn't it, Anthony, that so often disappoint you when your team doesn't do them properly.
Yeah, it's a coach killer that. Stu would have gone on about completing and cutting the errors out of the game, and that's gone totally against what he's just said. He'll be fuming with that, but I think Higginson will be fuming with it himself, and I think that's why the frustration was there.
They've had chances, Ireland. They haven't yet taken them. 26-4, and Wales, well, certainly now will be thinking next try, and they are in the World Cup. That is what they're playing for this afternoon. Ireland will get another chance next year in the European qualification. As Elliot Jenkins did well under big pressure there from McCarthy to get the ball. He will play the ball on the 40-metre line. Here is Emmett. Emmett will turn and spin. Plenty of Super League experience for him. Now plays for the Wolfpack in Toronto. Ball played on the 30. They're coming to the left edge. Ralph will go short here. Ball taken in by Butler, of course, who got the opening try. Now he's lost it, and referee says it's play on. It's a free play, and they're going to try and spin it out wide. They get it away on the far touchline to Higginson. And again, I thought Finn was thinking about kicking there, but he holds on to it. And Ireland will start just outside their own 20. So just a few errors creeping in off both sides at the moment.
Yeah, you can see that Ireland are a little bit nervous, and they know how much they need to score and what they need to do. And I think Wales are defending and attacking nervously because they know what's at stake.
Here come the Irish again, and it's a good run from Will Hope. He's been impressive today, the back rower. He's got through a lot of work. He's wrapped up on his own 40. They'll play the ball now. Here comes King, but it's a forward pass. and it's another Irish error, and King bangs a ball down in frustration. And the referee might let him have that one. You can see why tempers are flaring, but disappointment for Ireland. Again, no, there wasn't too much in that, was there? Am I being a little bit unfair, or?
No, I think the Ireland team and staff won't be happy with 2 50-54 passes going against them.
Fine margins, isn't it? The officials call it as they feel they see it. As Ralph will look to put the ball in. Josh Ralph, the East Tigers man. Decent crowd enjoying the fair, and they'll be looking forward to the World Cup as well, should their home favourites make it, which is looking like they will here. 26-4 they lead. France wrapped up the European Championship yesterday, but World Cup qualification was next best, and Wales at the moment, as they're going to get a penalty here. Tyrone McCarthy all over Elliot Keir, and it's a penalty, and he's put them on a team warning here, Anthony. Gareth Ewer has said Ireland are on a team warning. He's had enough now. They've had the warning. Next one to be penalised is in the bin.
Yeah, I think he's right to do that. There's been quite a few penalties that they just look like frustrated penalties from Ireland, where they're trying a little bit too hard, and I think they're just getting annoyed with themselves, and they're leaving their hands in, and they're being a bit silly, really, because, like you said, they've got so much at stake, and they want to qualify, and they want to be in good ball, and they want to score, so they're trying their absolute best, but they're trying too hard, if anything.
So from the penalty then, James Olds is going to have a shot for the extra 2 points, so we'll make it a 28-4 lead. He's been pretty good today. Missed his opening kick. After that, he's gone 5 from 6. And he's right-footed again. Just goes through that pre-kick routine. Here he comes on his right foot. Tries to swing it towards the post. The touch judges never move. It's always a good sign. It's 28-4 to Wales. 4 converted tries in front. 28 minutes left. Ireland up against it here. And John Keir's men just chipping away. That's all they need to do now. They don't need anything flash. It's all about seeing the game out and winning.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if they go short again here.
Yeah, they're going to go short towards that far side. Ethan Ryan can't get underneath it, but it's caught. In fact, it is Ryan who gets underneath it. He's unbelievable under those high balls as the ball comes in field now, driven forward by Bieniek. Bieniek tackled 20 metres away. They're going down the short side with Finn. Turns it back to McCarthy. McCarthy will come across the field. He's wrapped up. Can't quite get the ball away as they go down the middle. Here's Michael Ward, the Batley man, 5 metres away. He wants to play the ball. O'Donnell waits at dummy half. He's going to spin it now to McNally. McNally had to stoop to pick it up, gets it away to Griggs. Griggs will turn back in field. He's lost it in a one-on-one steal, and Josh Ralph has just picked Scott Griggs' pocket, and that could be another crucial moment in this game. Great skill on defence from Ralph. That was a great one-on-one steal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. I just think that Ireland, like I said, I think they're trying a little bit too hard, but they do have to try to score some points. But that was just a one-on-one tackle, and Scott Griggs has been around long enough to know how to keep hold of the ball. Yeah,
it was a bit soft, wasn't it, in the end, to concede possession like that. But I just wonder if they're asking enough questions at the moment, Ireland. Yes, they're throwing it around, but Wales look pretty comfortable with it all, don't they?
Yeah, no one's fixing anybody. They're just doing it all before the line, and it's really easy to defend. Wales are just getting up and sliding off and taking the next man. Someone needs to run and put a dint in, or get an offload, or get to a point and chuck some decent shape at Wales. They've got some players who can do that. Don't forget, they've got Greg McNally and Liam Finn, who've been around long enough to understand that. I just think they're overplaying at times without actually doing the basics.
Well, the ball on the 40. Here come Ireland. They'll turn it back inside to King. King dancing away, gets it out on this near side. Here's Hope. Hope tries to go. Ralph again went for the ball there for a steal, but he couldn't quite pull it out on this occasion. Ball on the halfway line. Here goes King again. King over the halfway line. He's wrapped up. 28-4 Wales lead here, and they are in absolute control. Ireland are running out of time. They need something as McCarthy is tackled. He wanted to play it off the ground. That would have been a penalty. Finn jumps out of dummy half, gets it away to Griggs. Griggs kicks down the field, straight into the arms of Elliot Keir. Right place, right time for Keir. He's not had an awful lot to do, as I think there's been a head knock there. McCarthy has had a bang on the head from Higginson, and both players are down at the moment. Keir, he's not had a lot to do today, Anthony, but what he has done, he's done it really well. Yeah,
he's so reliable at the back, and when he does get the ball, he injects that bit of speed and that intensity of his runs, and because he's so elusive and he's like a bounce ball. Someone hits him and he'll bounce off and go the next and go again. He just doesn't quit. He epitomises this Wales side with the way he plays. He's so passionate, and you can see how much it means to him.
Well, here's Ralph. We're just seeing that replay as he ripped the ball out of Griggs' arms. That was the end of the last Irish attack. And great work from Ralph, showing not only attacking-wise is he the man to lead Wales, but also on defence he can be relied upon. As Tyrone McCarthy's getting some treatment, he got a nasty knock on the head here. He's talking, so hopefully he's all right, and they will go through the routines they need to go through. The crowd looking on. Here it is. Keir then steps out of the tackle, and you watch it here. Oh, it's another almost
friendly
cheek
fire
to cheek,
again, isn't
wasn't it? Friendly fire. The old teammates doing each other in there. But Skull, there's plenty of blood there underneath Tyrone McCarthy's eye. So he's split underneath his left eye, and I think that might be him done. Although quickly wipes the blood away. Higginson is leaving, so they're going to have to make a double change here, Ireland. And this is something they won't have planned for. Stuart Little, coach, is very precious about making changes, and he's just had to make two there. Now, he might get them back if both players can come back on, but certainly McCarthy split underneath the eye there, and Higginson looks a little bit groggy as he goes off on that far touchline side. So the sub's coming on. That's Gareth Gill of Longhorns. He's making his way out there, and he'll hope to make an impact on this game as he comes forward here. But he's going to have to do some defending first. And it's Liam Byrne who's come back on as well, number 10. Ball coming forward. Wales have it. They've got 25 minutes left. Ireland now need a point a minute if they're going to get to the World Cup qualification stage at the first time of asking. But Wales look like they're going to book that second spot from the European Championships as the ball brought forward up to the 30-metre line by Wales. Mike Butt, who's out there, the Swinton Lions winger, has come on. Almost scored a try last week on debut. Great offload from Fleming. Here's Ralph. Neat play from the Welsh. Ralph looking for support. He stops, checks, looks again, goes again, and he's going to be wrapped up. Well, he didn't panic there when he made the line break, and he is deceptive. We said earlier on about him taking on the line. It's the last one here. Jenkins is going to go high. They're going to test out Ethan Ryan defensively under the high ball, but he's just as good and takes it nicely. But just a word about Josh Ralph, Anthony. He's not frightened of taking the line on, and he's got a nice step, hasn't he? Yeah,
he definitely plays above his weight, doesn't he? And I think playing over in Australia is helps him massive with how tough he is, because we all know how physical the leagues are over there. And he say he's not scared of taking the line and having a whack. He's a tough kid.
He is a tough kid indeed, and he might just be getting a chance to strut his stuff on the World Cup stage for Wales. They lead here 28-4 as Ireland bring it forward again. Tackle made just short of the halfway line. What's the mindset now, Anthony? They're 24 behind, they're running out of time. When do they press the absolute panic button?
Just with that offload. No, I think they can't look at the scoreline as such and press panic. I think they've just got to know they've got to score next and don't give in. Like, there's nothing worse than being behind, and if you concede again, seeing lads give in, and with them playing for the country, you'd like to think they wouldn't do that. And with the way they're running runs like that, and
well, there's no sign of that at the moment, is there? They're coming forward again. It's Gill who's tackled. Here comes Liam Finn, always proud to play for Ireland. Gets the short pass away, but it's gone on the ground. Hope, who's popped up on this near side, has come up with the error. And Finn just trying to force the pass there, and it couldn't be taken in. And Wales will get the ball back. They lead here 28 points to 4. And Finn, probably a frustrated figure at the moment. So 23 minutes left here. The crowds in the racecourse this afternoon are 1,250 people. I think they've enjoyed the fare on offer. They've enjoyed it. They've made plenty of noise in this main stand down below us, Anthony. We've mentioned, international rugby league, certainly at Wales and Ireland's level, it's a work in progress, but it is going the right way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely going the right way. You can see You don't know if you can hear, but we can hear the fans singing here, and you can see you can hear how much it means to them. And with being the World Cup being over in England in 2021, it'd be great to see how many Welsh fans, and also if Ireland qualify next year, how many Ireland fans can get there.
Yeah, ball coming forward with Elliot Keir. He'd love to get a try of his own. Oh, there's another bang there. Elliot Keir bouncing out of the tackle as they go short now with Curtis Davis. He gets it away to Ralph. Ralph finds Jenkins. Jenkins decides he's got to take the line on. He's wrapped up just over halfway. Approaching the final quarter, here's Dan Fleming, gets the ball away. Ralph now is going to kick in behind Ethan Ryan. Chance here on the far side. It's hacked ahead. This could be a dream try, but the ball just hits the corner flag. James Olds was scampering down that touchline. Neat kick in behind Ethan Ryan. And but for the bounce of the ball, they would have scored a try there. James Olds, he looks a frustrated man because he was dreaming of a try for Wales, and it would have been surely the match-winning try. It's another neat kick. Ralph's again in behind, and they hack it on. In fact, he knees it on, doesn't he, there, Olds? But it just hit the corner flag. Agony for the centre.
Yeah, I think he would have wanted it to bounce a bit higher so he could catch it and run onto it. But yeah, it was a good kick from Josh Ralph. It's keeping that winger honest, from Ethan Ryan honest from Ireland, and I think when you're winning by these points with this amount of time to go, it's good to try things like that and get those connections working for the next couple of years. Yeah,
I think Ralph has been the standout man. I watched Wales last week in Scotland. He was phenomenal there. He's been good again today, and that's a nice pass. So here's Griggs on the burst. Good hands there from Michael Ward. Griggs has put it on the ground. Is that going to be play on? It is play on for Ireland. They'll get it with Finn. Finn now back to Griggs again. Short pass here. Hope on that left-hand back row position now. He takes the ball in as Finn again short side. Griggs little grubber kick down the line. Keir will get it, and Ryan will get Keir in goal, and Wales are going to have to drop the ball out from underneath their own post. It was basic stuff from Griggs and from Finn. They were just working over the short side there, Anthony, but a well-placed kick, and they'll get the ball back at least.
Yeah, that's much better from Ireland. People running with a bit of intent and trying to put dints into the Wales team, and running with genuine push. Scott Griggs pushed really good there. Michael Ward, who tipped it on, and got that set going. The only thing for me, I think this is 60 minutes too late for Ireland. If they were doing this from set one and the beginning of the game, I think they've been right in here at the end of the game.
Well, the goal line dropout is back to Ireland. It's trapped there by Alan Mcmahon. I think he's had a decent game, Mcmahon, the Waterford man, and he skips away another tackle up to the 20. If they can get the next points, they'll still believe. They'll not give up, this Irish side. Under Stuart Littler, they get the ball out wide to Bionic. Bionic bumps a couple off, showing why Hull got him out of the Championship from London and took him to Super League. Ball now goes forward. Here they go up the middle. Trying to move it now to Finn. Goes out the back here. Finn to Griggs. Griggs goes. Can he get the pass away? No, he had Ethan Ryan on the far touchline, but didn't get the ball to him. Tackle made 5 away. In they come now. Finn turns it back to King. King rumbles forward. He's thinking about the offload. It's gone backwards, but Griggs couldn't take it in. And Wales survive again as Ireland get desperate. The mistakes creeping into their play. And it's 28 points to 4, and Wales survive again. They're at that stage now, Anthony, where they've just got to take their chance, haven't they?
Yeah, the last couple of minutes have been fantastic from Ireland. Miles better than what they were doing previously. But like I say, I think it's too late now for them to start to get a win in the game. But it's good to see that they're not quitting and they're still having a good dig and still trying to get the points.
There's an injury here for Wales. Physio's just trying to get
Chester Butler again.
Attention.
Been through the wars.
He's a bad ankle, bad head, and now he's got another injury. Rhys Williams wrapped up, joins Ian Watson and Jordan James on 30 international caps for Wales. He's now the joint most capped Welshman in Rugby League history as the ball scampered away from the line by Wales. They're 30 out. They know time is very much on their side as they scoop forward now. Tackle made on Mike Butt, ball down the short side. They're over the halfway line. I think the Welsh fans would like to see a couple more tries in this second half. I know that might be harsh against Ireland, but They want to try and really put the icing on the cake as they go high here. Here comes Mcmahon. Well, he's missed it. Did he take out the Welshman? Ball's gone on the ground and it's picked up here, and a chance here in the corner, and Rhys Williams is going to extend his try-scoring record. It's his 22nd try for Wales, and it puts the icing on the cake. That's the try that secures Wales to the World Cup in 2021. Here, ball on the ground, and Williams in the right place, following the pass from Ben Morris. Game, set and match. Wales are off to the World Cup. They lead 32 points to 4.
Yeah, that's just come from good kick chase from Dan Fleming, and then just not quitting here. They could panic and they don't, and just it's nice and simple from Ben Morris there, putting Rhys Williams in.
Rhys Williams in at the corner. I think it was Chester Butler who knocked the ball out here. Hand in the tackle, ball goes on the ground, it's picked up, played out wide, and there is the centre Ben Morris, and he unselfishly passes it out to Williams, who won't score an easier try for Wales. He extends his record on his 30th international appearance to 22 tries. That is some strike rate for a man who hasn't missed a game in 5 years for club and country, and he'll have enjoyed that one, won't he? He'll be very proud of that record. 22 tries now in 30 games.
Yeah, he's a proud Welshman, is Rhys Williams, and I think he originally only lived a few miles from here, so he'll have a lot of friends and family watching, and he definitely would have wanted to score today.
He will indeed. Tough kick this for Olds on the sidelines, about 5 in. He's 6 from 7 today. He's had a good day with a boot. Can he slot this one over and make it a 30-point lead, which is harsh on Ireland, but Wales have been clinical. When the chances have come, they've taken them. And here comes the kick. No, he's just pulled it to the near side. He'd be disappointed with that, Olds, but he's done his job today. He's kicked the goals when they've mattered. And it remains here at the Racecourse ground in Wrexham. Wales 32, Ireland 4. There's Williams, a record try scorer. He's a joint now record appearance holder for Wales as well. He'll be hoping to break that. He'll have to wait till next season now to be able to do that, but he'll be desperate to do that. Ireland now, Anthony, they've got to make sure the scoreline doesn't blow out. They don't deserve that. They've not been, I don't think, at 28 points worse. But as we said, every time Wales have had a chance, they've taken it, haven't they?
Yeah, like the beginning of this second half, Ireland are getting very close to scoring, and I think he's caught it again. Ireland are getting close to scoring, but when they don't, they can't give in and can't quit. And that's when Wales seem to get the joy off Ireland's near misses, really.
Well, Ethan Ryan, sorry to jump in, Ethan Ryan is phenomenal underneath that high ball, isn't he? Catches it again as now they move the ball to Michael Ward, I think he's had a solid game. And around about 10 minutes, Andy, we're going to ask you for your selection, man of the match. Around about the 5 minutes to go, Mark, we'll get your thoughts on the man of the match today. Here comes King, and he barges his way over, and George King has got a consolation try for Ireland. And the try has been scored by Ireland. Well, George King, he's been a phenomenal performer today. It was a soft try in the end, but he's just dived his way over and reduces the deficit. 32 points to 8 here. It's as simple as they come try. The play of the ball, O'Donnell goes short to King. King offers the big dummy and then goes through Keir to score. He gets the ball down, and that is a try. 32 points to 8. Finn will look to quickly add the extras. Here he comes, right-footed, hammers it towards the post, but it's waved away. So none from 2 for Finn. 32 points to 8 then in favour of Wales. But here's King down the short side. You're going to tell me, Anthony, all front rowers are really frustrated ball players. Well, the big dummy there, and he bounced his way over George King, and I think deserves a try for his efforts.
Yeah, he definitely deserves one. He's been for me probably Ireland's best player. He's played, like I said before, he's not been off the field yet, and for a big fella, that's some going. So, and he's not took a backward step or quit. So for me, he definitely deserves a try.
He does indeed. He scored at Wembley, of course, in the Challenge Cup final for Warrington when they were beaten by Catalans earlier in the season. He signed for Wakefield for next season. And it's 32 points to 8 here. As Wales, they're going to be going to the World Cup. There's every chance that Ireland may well still join them, of course. They'll have to fight through, again, another qualification group next year to do that. But it's 32-8 here, and Ireland coming forward. Fleming, he's some performer, isn't he? I'm surprised the way I've seen him play the last few weeks that no club in Super League has taken a chance on him again.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. I think if you've watched many Wales games, I think all the guys from Halifax have really stepped up and played really well for Wales. But Dan Fleming's matured over the last 2 or 3 years. I think when he went to Toronto, I think that was a big learning curve for Dan, and he's become twice a player since he's been over there, and he's been fantastic for Halifax this year.
Yes, indeed. There's an injury here for Louis Bionic, who's clutching his, it's his shin, isn't it, on his left leg. He looks in some pain, doesn't he, Bionic? 32 points to 8, Wales lead Ireland here. He does look in some pain here, doesn't he, Louis Bionic? He'll be a little bit worried about this, and well, Hull will be looking on here. He's one of their talents for next season. They won't want to lose him, will they, through injury?
No, he definitely looks in some pain. I haven't seen the replay yet, so I haven't seen if he was twisted or someone landed on it, but you can see him shaking his head. He doesn't think it's good.
Well, he doesn't. He's puffing the chest out, and he's in some pain here, isn't he? The big man. They're tough boys, these rugby league players, as you know far better than I do. But you know, when they're injured, there's nothing. Let's have a look here. He's just driving the ball. Look at the leg strength, falling down, and I wonder it's Benyon, isn't it? It's a perfectly fair tackle around the legs. Has he just maybe put his weight on the back of Bionic's leg, and he's going to have to be helped from the field, and that's a sad sight to see for Louis Bionic. He's made the step up from the Championship to Super League this season, but it looks like his season is going to end with him going from the field. They're going to bring back Tyrone McCarthy back on. Ireland in injury wars at the moment. Bionic helped from the field, and that's not a good way to end your season, is it?
No, he would have been wanting a big pre-season for Hull as well, so hopefully it's not too bad. But like you said, I think it was a fair tackle, and I think his foot just got caught under Gav Benyon's body, and he's not a light boy to land on you either. He's about 110 kilograms, so I think nobody wants that through the ankle.
Yeah, they're another change for Ireland as they come forward here. They're running out of time, around about 12 minutes left here. They trail by 24 points as the tackle is made on Gareth Gill. Ball driven in by Ireland. Byrne, who's tried hard. He's only a young man in a tough world in that front row, and he'll learn from this experience, no doubt about that, as McNally gets it away on the near side. Tackle made on Peter Ryan, the Coventry man, and I think that was the last one, so they're going to have to hand that over, and Wales will get it back. And maybe Ireland just a little bit running out of ideas and running out of strength. It's been a tough game for them this afternoon, as Benyon, who got one of the tries in the first half for Wales, takes it forward. Here now is Jenkins, gets it to Ralph, out the back to Keir. Keir tries to get away from Ryan. Ryan does well, and Ryan makes the tackle, and now Keir is down injured. Gareth Hugh just stopped the clock there as Elliot Keir was trying to wriggle, twist out of the tackle, wasn't he? Maybe got a knock there, but good defence from Ethan Ryan again. He's done well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's really impressed me. He read that really well and shot out the line and made sure Elliot Keir never made any more metres.
Ball coming forward. Ryan makes the tackle, the Coventry Bears man. Tackle made on the 30. They'll come forward now here with Fleming. Fleming gets the ball away to Ralph. Ralph turns, steps, goes through the line. Needs support. No, he doesn't. Ralph will score underneath the post. A wonderful finish from the halfback. And he follows up tries against Scotland last week with another one today. Ralph with a drop of the shoulder. He's in. Wales are going to the World Cup. They lead 36 points to 8.
Yeah, we kept talking about him liking to run himself, and I think he's looked really dangerous this second half every time he has shown and gone, and I think he deserves a try after his efforts as well.
Great try, and a half-back. He's not the biggest rugby league player in the world, but he does take on the line, and he scampers through, and he strolls underneath the post, and I'm sure when we do come to looking at man of the match, his name will be high on the list. The big dummy, the neat step, and past some tired Irish bodies to score. And now they are starting to put the points on Wales that their fans have come here to see this afternoon, and they can enjoy the closing stages here because they are securing a place in the World Cup. Simple kick for James Olds. He's right in front of the post, and the celebrations now. They've put in some hard work, Wales, in this European Championship, and they are getting their just desserts here as they're going to pick up a second win out of 3 as Olds stands in front of the post and hammers it between the middle. It's Wales 38, Ireland 8. 38 points away. Olds back to good, successful ways from the kicking tee. But Josh Ralph there on the screen. Shows the value, doesn't it? A half-back here. He's outshone Finn, he's outshone McNally. He's really led from the front, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has. But I think that's come from Wales's forwards really getting on the front foot of Ireland's forwards as well. You can have the best half-back in the world, but if the forwards don't do their job, it's a tough job for the half-backs. And I think it's proven that with both Ireland half-backs have over-tried, because I think the forwards have been dominated by the Wales forwards.
They have ball knocked forward by Ireland, 9 minutes left, 38 points to 8. Here in the European Championship, France, the winners last night, beat Scotland. And it was all about today. The winner goes to the World Cup. The loser will have to qualify via a group next season, as Benyon's put it down on the ground. Referee said that's a knock-on, and Ireland will get the ball back. And it's a tough old season, isn't it, the Rugby League season? You know, these lads have been probably on the go for a year now when you go back to last pre-season, and there'll be some tired boys out there, some tired minds as well now.
Yeah, it's a long season, Rugby League, and if you've been playing every week like Rhys Williams likes to tell everybody on social media, you are ready for a rest. And a lot of these boys will probably be starting pre-season the next couple of weeks, because as you can see, it's two young sides, and the young lads don't usually get the time off as the older, more established players do. So I know a lot of these boys will probably be going into pre-season, whether it be Monday morning or the end of the week.
Well, that's a cheap penalty, rather bought there by Ireland. It was James Bentley who just went to play the ball on Josh Ralph. Ralph rather looks away as the ball now is kicked into touch. Ireland have it. And the ball now comes forward here with Finn. Finn gets it away on the far side to Grix. Grix wrapped up, 15 away. Ball coming forward now. Here is King, gets it to McCarthy. McCarthy offloads it to Ryan, does well to stay in the field of play. Tackle made. Ireland looking for a third try. It would only be consolation, but they want one nevertheless, as Peter Ryan takes it forward now. He's wrapped up 10 metres out from the line. He'll play the ball now. Here's O'Donnell. He's got through some work today, the young Irish hooker. There's a ball now with Finn. Loops the pass out wide. Here's Mcmahon. Mcmahon has had a really good game. He cuts in. Can't get the pass away. As the ball now kicked across field by Finn. Ryan can't get underneath it. He's put it down, and that will be the turnover here. 7 minutes left, 38 points to 8. We'll get the man of the match from Anthony Walker, the former St Helens and Welsh international, in just a moment. But Ireland, they're a work in progress as well. You know, they had a bit of a policy change post-World Cup when they went really well. They decided to go with some of their homegrown players rather than some of the heritage players, you know, the likes of Louis McCarthy, Scarsbrook and Mickey McAlorum, of course. And it was a brave move because it was going to set them back in the short term. But like Wales, they've got some good young talent coming through, haven't they now? Yeah,
I definitely think Ireland have made the right decision doing that. As a lot of these guys, like I say, there's a lot of young homegrown lads playing in Ireland as well, and with them having the chance to play for the country is great for them. And in 3 years' time from now, these guys have been playing Rugby League together for a while, and if they do make it to the World Cup, it would be really good to see Ireland taking the boys that have got them there, and not just picking people when it's the year for the World Cup.
Here is Rhys Williams. Williams cuts forward. We'll play the ball now. Gets it away to Keir. Keir comes in field. He's wrapped up just over the halfway line. 6 to go to the break. Ball now with Ralph. Ralph offloads it to Benyon. Strong tackle on Benyon. Scored that try in the first half, of course. As at half-time, Wales led 20 points to 4. The second half, they've kicked on as the high kick here. Pressure on. Grix, oh, he's taken in the air. That's a penalty, and a bit of a reaction from Grix. He didn't like it. It was Ben Morris who took him in the air, and Morris was quick to apologise, but Grix was in no mood for accepting that apology. It's always dangerous when that happens, and Grix, I think, whilst he wasn't injured, recognises he could well have been, and frustration there on the youngster, and he took it out on him. And it'd be interesting what Gareth Hewer does here. Griggs disappointed with that. He's a senior professional, and he didn't appreciate being on the end of that. It was a tackle in the air. It's a penalty. It's not a good one, is it, to be fair?
No, but I do think Scott Griggs is frustrated with the whole game, and I think with what happened there, I think he's letting out his anger as well. Because I don't think Ben Morris is a nasty player. I don't think he did intentionally try and injure Scott Griggs. I just think he got his timing all wrong. Yeah,
it was a little bit unseemly way to end the game. Gareth Hewer taking advice from his touches. Well, the hand's going in the pocket, so there's a card coming out here, and it's going to be a yellow card, and Ben Morris is going to end his European Championship sat in the sin bin, so he's getting the last 5 minutes off, and Ben Morris sin bin there. I think he's looking to say, look, I didn't mean to do it, but whether you mean it or not, it was a dangerous tackle. You know, in rugby union, that you're off every day of the week for that. So I think that's something Rugby League needs to have a look at. But Gareth Hewer, I think he's acted quickly. He said, off you go, 10 minutes in the bin.
Yeah, I think he's handled that well, and I think sin bin is a fair call. Even if meant it or not, if he deserves to go off, he deserves to go off, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. Referee waves the yellow card. And we are into the last 4-5 minutes here at the Racecourse ground in Wrexham. Ireland comprehensively beaten this afternoon. They've been spirited, but at the key moments in the game, they haven't had the quality that the Welsh side have had. And it's been that quality that has decided the game. Some big efforts all around the field. We'll get your man of the match shortly here at the Racecourse ground as the ball now goes out the back. McNally gets it away to King. Ball then with O'Donnell, gets it to Griggs. Griggs one-handed pass, gets it to McCarthy. McCarthy cuts back in. Tyrone McCarthy barging his way forward. He'll keep it alive back to King. King moves it now in field to Byrne. Byrne now gets it back here to Griggs. He's going to kick it again into the corner. They're after it here with McMahon. Williams gets the ball back to Keir, and Wales get the ball back. They survive again. But Ireland, they're chancing their arm, and now there's more fisticuffs off the ball here, and I'm not quite sure what happened there. That was off the camera, but their tempers boiling over here. The Irish feeling they've been on the wrong end of one or two things.
Yeah, I think frustration's just boiling over for Ireland. I think they're just really disappointed with the way this game's gone and the way the result is, and I just think the game ready to end soon, and Ireland are just showing how frustrated they are.
Well, Gareth Hewer's working overtime today as he's taking advice from his touch judges. Well, the touch judge from the far side is on. Gareth Hewer is having a look. So Gareth Hewer, well, he's going to say it's a penalty to Wales here, and there was a punch thrown. It was off camera, so we didn't quite catch who it was, but there was a punch thrown there in anger, and Wales get the penalty. Well, there on screen is Josh Ralph. I think that's James Olds, isn't it, on the screen at the moment? Josh Ralph, though, your man of the match, Anthony. You're quite impressed with his performance today.
Yeah, it was hard to pick. There's been quite a few. I think both Irish wingers can step up and hold their heads up high, and George King, and in the Welsh side, I think Dan Fleming and Elliot Kay has been good. But for me, Josh Ralph's been the standout on the pitch. I don't think Ireland have known what he's going to do, whether kick, run or pass, and he topped it off with that try a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, fully deserved. Josh Ralph, we saw him on the screen there as he kicked the ball in the touch. Here he is now with his hands on the ball again. He gets it out wide here on this near side to Butler. It seems an awful long time ago Chester Butler opened the scoring in the 4th minute, but that's what he did. And Wales, to be fair, since that moment have not taken a backward step. Here's Ralph again, stands almost challenging the defenders to come and get him, and on this occasion they do. I'm sure John Keir will be delighted with the performance of Josh Ralph, the East Tigers man, as Elliot Jenkins turns it back in and Benyon comes crashing forward. The collisions seem to have got stronger as the game's gone on. There's a little bit of ill feeling out on there at the moment on the field. Here comes Ralph's going to hammer the kick towards touch, but it's played up by Ireland. Williams tries to hack the ball on, and that is going to be, I think, a head and feed to Wales on this near side, and they're going to get a chance with a couple of minutes left to rack up another try.
Good kick. He was just kicking for touch, and I think Mcmahon, in his desperation to try and kick the ball in play, played at the ball. It goes up in the air, and I think by the time... Well, it's interesting that, because Williams did try and kick the ball, didn't he? But referee's given a scrum head and feed to the Welsh, and a chance here, Anthony, to wrap this up. Well, actually, he's given a penalty on the back of it, and they're going to take the 2 here, Wales. Are you surprised by that, given the manner of the margin of the victory?
I am really, yeah. I thought Wales would have wanted to go out with a try and give this crowd something to cheer about last couple of minutes of the game.
Well, John Keir, being pragmatic as ever, take the 2 points and wrap up what has been a very, very comprehensive victory. James Olds had 9 shots at goal today. He's kicked 7 of them. He's played a key role in his side's victory. Can he make it 8 from 10 here this afternoon? So here he comes then. Right-footed, 16 metres out, just to the left of the posts. And he slots it between. And Wales, who are down to 12, of course, lead here at the Racecourse ground, 40 points to 8. And their participation at the World Cup 2021 guaranteed. And I think John Keir will be very, very pleased with this European Championship group performance from his side. 2 wins from 3 and 2 really strong performances against Ireland and Scotland last week.
Yeah, definitely. I think when the Wales team got into camp, I think they would be talking about qualifying for this World Cup this year. And the way they've turned it round after that France game, it's been fantastic.
It has indeed. They're coming forward here. The Welsh side having got the ball back. We're inside the final few seconds here. And Wales going to the World Cup. I'm sure there'll be an almighty cheer from the Welsh fans here as they edge their way forward. And we're into added on time here at the end of this second half, as Wales, emphatic winners really, have taken advantage of Ireland's inability to put points on at the other end, and they have come away with points every time they've been down in their opponent's 20. And now Jenkins is going to go high. Ryan underneath it. He's going to get out-jumped, and the ball's on the ground. It's picked up by Mike Butt. But I think referee Gareth Ewer has said that was a knock-on from Mike Butt, and it will be a head and feed to Ireland. So the countdown on then to the closing stages. Referee's given a penalty. I think there's maybe a bit of back chat from Wales on this occasion. So it is a penalty to Ireland. Wales penalised again. Gareth Ewer, he's had a busy day, hasn't he, Gareth? I saw him before the game. I think he was hoping for a nice, easy game this afternoon, but he's been well involved.
Yeah, it got a bit tasty these last 10 minutes or so, and there's been plenty of penalties, but the game has flowed quite well, and you're not talking about referees' decisions. They've all been justified, which is good to see.
Yeah, they have. Normally penalties can kill the game, but certainly haven't done that today. Wales have made sure that the game has been played at a good tempo as they come forward now here. Ireland looking for maybe one last consolation try to add to Griggs and King's efforts as they come forward now, and that is it. Wales are going to the World Cup. Their players hug and celebrate on the field. Their fans cheer in the stands. They're going to World Cup 2021 in England, and are fully deserved on today's 14 minutes in that first half. They led by 20 points to 4 at the break, and they put on a further 20 points in the second half as they really kick clear. Wales emphatic winners today, no doubt in fully deserved. That man on your screen is the man of the match, Josh Ralph, and he was pulling all the strings, and probably fitting, Anthony Walker, that he scored the final try of the day today. He's been the standout man, and he may be that little bit of X factor that Wales have got when it comes to the really big games.
Yeah, well, I think when he was in the World Cup last year, Wales missed a dominant half, and I think Josh Ralph played the last game over there, and he really impressed me in the World Cup, and it's good to see that he's put his hand up and flew over to play for Wales this year. So if he can stay around for the next 4 years or so, for the next 3 years, and they can keep this group of players together, hopefully next World Cup will be a successful one for Wales. Disappointment for Ireland. It was always going to be tough after they opted to go without some of their big names, but they will come again. They get a chance next year, more game time together
to book their place. But the celebrations are going to be long, I think, into the night tonight. It's the end of the season for these players from Wales. And they will be, I think they'll enjoy a couple of quiet ones tonight as they reflect on what's been a successful campaign. And there, the two Bradford teammates, Dalton Grant and Ethan Ryan, are about to exchange shirts. Well, they gave each other plenty of pain tonight, didn't they, Ethan Ryan and Dalton Grant? There they are swapping shirts, a day they won't forget. And I'm sure Dalton Grant, when the Bulls are back at pre-season training, will be reminding young Ethan that he is going to the World Cup. Let's have a look then back at how Wales wrapped it up. The second half started with Ireland on the attack, and this may be one of the key moments of the game. The pass from Jack Higginson, referee deemed it forward. Ethan Ryan would have gone over, and it would have got Ireland within 2 scores. We thought at the time, Anthony, it looked tight decision. Every time I see it, I think that for me is a fair pass.
Yeah, I do, and I think if you get that try, obviously Wales don't score the next set, and it's not a 12-point swing. So for me, if that try stuck, I think it would be a total different scoreline in the second half. And then a much closer one.
Yeah, straight down the other end then. Wales on the attack. And it was the big fella, Ben Evans, who looked wrapped up. What was it, 3, 4, 5 Irish defenders. And just as he's succumbing to the ground, he reaches out an arm and puts it over the line. He scored last week, and the big fella in again this week. Ben Evans with a try that pretty much wrapped up this game. And Ireland, if they do look back at the tape of that, they'll be really disappointed with that, Anthony.
Yeah, I can tell you now that Ben will be telling everyone that was a 50-metre try as well. But they all count, they're all worth 4 points, so it's 50 centimetres or 50 metres.
It is indeed, Evans. And then came the moment where Wales' record try scorer, Rhys Evans, added to his tallies. 22nd try in 30 appearances. Simple pass from Ben Morris, and Williams slides over unopposed in the corner. All came about. Good work there from Connor Davis. He got it out to Morris. Morris puts Williams in at the corner, and he celebrates his joint record 30th cap by scoring his 22nd international try. And he won't score an easier try than this, Anthony, will he?
No, it was good centre play from Ben Morris. He could have tried and gone himself, but he was unselfish and gave Rhys Williams a nice walking try.
He did indeed. And then your man of the match wrapped up proceedings. But before that, Ireland's second try, and another pretty simple try when it came. But I think when we talk about players putting in hard work and hard yards, then George King, the former Warrington player now with Wakefield, he deserved this, didn't he? Because he's put his heart and soul into this performance tonight. Yeah,
you can see now that he's gutted that he's on the losing side, how much it meant to him. But with the try there, just big guy on small guys, isn't he? I think he probably weighs 2 of Elliot Jenkins and Elliot Keir, so it's just a bit of physics there where he can just run at the smaller man.
Yeah, they're not daft, these front row forwards, are they? They know where the chinks in the defence are, and they found one there, and George King barged over. And then your man of the match, Josh Ralph, who really had been pulling the strings all day. He gets the ball here off Dan Fleming. He's 30 metres out, big dummy, drop of the shoulder, shake of the hips, and strolls through under the post. And I really do think he's that little bit of magic that maybe will help John Keir's team in future years. That was a nice try, wasn't it? And rounded off a really strong performance.
Yeah, especially when we've been talking about him showing and running himself and how tough he is. I think he definitely deserves one, and obviously that it caps off his man of the match performance.
So Wales then 40 points to 8 winners here at the Racecourse ground in Wrexham. They qualify from the European Championships. They come second in the group behind France. Our thanks to Anthony Walker, former St Helens and Welsh international, for joining us this afternoon. But let's get down to pitch side then. Wales have beaten Ireland. Let's hear from the winning captain and the man of the match there with James.
I'm here with the Wales captain, Elliot Keir, and today's man of the match, Josh Ralph. Gentlemen, first of all, congratulations on winning today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a good win. Obviously a big game before it. We emphasised how big it was and got the job done in the end, so it was good.
And with that, you've now got qualification for the 2021 World Cup. Just explain right now what that means to you.
That was the goal all along. We came into this with a young, exciting side, and the job's done now. So the boys should be proud of themselves.
Very proud, yeah, exactly what he just said. So it's awesome.
And where do you think the match was won today?
I think the middle did really well, and I think our end of sets, you know, we just kept to the game plan, just peppered them with high kicks and just kept to the script.
I think the ends to our sets was big today. We emphasised on getting the ball high at the end. I think we did that 90% of the game, and I think we got a result from it, so it's good.
And performing in front of a home crowd, I'm assuming, helps as well.
Yeah, it's good to be back at home. We haven't been here for a while. The fans have been outstanding today.
This was my first home game, so I was actually pretty emotional before the game. You know, these Welsh fans get loud, and I don't think there's anything like it really. So.
And a try under the sticks kind of helps as well.
Yeah, mate, that was good. Good to get a finish on that, which was awesome. So.
I mean, what does this mean for Wales and for Welsh Rugby League going forward towards the World Cup?
It's massive. Like I said, we've got a young squad, so all we can do now is build on this, and we're building for the World Cup now. So we've put ourselves in a really good platform.
I think the next 3 years are going to be big, leading into that World Cup. So yeah, just build with the young squad we got, and then with the bit of experience helping us out as well. And I think we'll go a long way.
And the number of homegrown players will help you going forward as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, young squad, and we can only go up from here.
Well, congratulations on your win today. Congratulations on World Cup, and I hope you enjoy your evening.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Congrats, mate.
Cheers.
Well, that's it from the action here at Wrexham. Congratulations to Wales. Their path to the World Cup is now set. For Ireland, commiserations. Their path to the World Cup may now go through Moscow, Monza and Madrid. That's it for everyone here. Thank you very much, and good evening from Wrexham.
Cheers, boys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks.